custom booking to book your own custom ASMR content, you can simply check me out on TonyBomboni.com. The links are in the description bar below. So, I have my handy dandy mirror here. I shall remove these and begin the makeup application. So, as you've seen in yesterday's video, I bought new makeup. I will be using this makeup instead of applying it on you this time. I shall apply it on myself. Okay? Alright. So, let's see. I'm going to begin with the foundation above anything. Just organizing my stuff in this bag. Organizing my brushes. So, I shall begin applying the foundation. Okay. A couple good solid squirts of that foundation there. Alright. Blend. Okay. And we shall begin the application. So I dropped everything accidentally, so I will begin. Ooh, that feels cold. Ooh, my sponge. It feels very cold. So I'm gonna try to warm it up. This feels so weird to do another video like this. It's been so long since I did another makeup application video. So I may be a little bit stumbly or awkward in this one. Please bear with me though, okay? Again, I don't know if you saw yesterday's video, but I don't really do makeup anymore. Just for specific women role plays. Yeah. But just like riding a bike, you're not gonna forget how to do makeup. Even if you don't do it for, years at a time. I was feeling very energized today, and then apparently it's because there's solar flares. Sometimes, rarely nowadays do they make me sleepy. I think because, I've done a lot of work on myself, I guess, spiritually as well. They say if the solar flares affect you, there's still parts of you that are unhealed, or parts of you that are, needing realignment. But it doesn't make you perfect by any means if, they don't affect you. But they affect people in different ways. And I do believe these flares, that's just my belief, this isn't factual information, that they are encoded. They send upgrades to your DNA and your cells and stuff. The sun has an intelligence of its own, And so we feel that, and collectively and spiritually, it affects us on a deep, profound level. To put some on my neck because I just shaved for this video, so I know I look pale. This kit only came with one shade of foundation, so I'm working with what I got, and it's mostly for your tingles. I'm not even gonna try to make it a perfect look or anything. But it's supposed to make you feel energized sometimes, so that's kind of why I just realized today I was very energized, and we've been being hit with G4s, G5s, and back to back, so I'm really not floored that I'm noticing a change or an effect. I'm just gonna put a little amount just to cover and conceal around my eyes. I really normally don't do that, but sometimes I do. Just depends on the look, I guess. So I'm just really making sure this product product is fully blend all throughout my face, my skin, my neck. Okay, so I think I have equal coverage. Looking like Lord Voldemort, darling. Alright, so with that said, we can keep going. And I'm gonna go in with the concealer, child, which it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. They gave a pasty ass foundation, yet they gave a dark, like caramel concealer. I'm like, okay. So I may have to get the close up for this one. Let's see, what do I need concealing? There's a little bit, okay. A little bit turned into a lot of it. That, I did not mean to put that much concealer. You can't see that probably, but, oh my gosh. I'm gonna use this tip brush to kind of blend it, but, oh, I put way too much. That actually works beautifully, like, yeah, oh my god, that does conceal. Very nice. I like that a lot. So, I tend to have a little bit of scarring there, so I'm gonna conceal that. Maybe that's a little bit too much. Yeah, that's a little bit too much. So, just blend that around. If you put too much, just like kind of blend it around, you know. I don't really need to put too much under my eyes, you know, from what people tell me. I have no under eye problems or bags or stuff. So, thank you, good Lord. Okay. I mean, we all have a little bit of purpling from time to time, so I'm just gonna put a little bit there. Maybe I should do like a close-up, like, you know, eyes close-up. There we go. Okay, so, you see that? I just kind of concealed a little bit there, so there's hardly any, purpling there. Okay, so it just makes all that go away. The darkness kind of makes it, subside a bit. So, I don't really see too much scarring here. I don't know how it got on my brush, but I'm just gonna kind of like brush it off from my brush. There we go. I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation there. Nothing crazy. That's even a little too much cream, honestly. I don't need that much. Sometimes I like to do little spots that make me feel whatever, like maybe a little dryness there. Another kind of patchy spot there. Let's rub it with that brush. There we go. Okay, so maybe this is a little too close. I just kind of, sorry, I keep almost like dropping my mirror. I have a little bit of a scarring there, so I'm just gonna, like, a very, very light amount from this cream. Just kind of, you know, focus on concealing that scarring there. This is actually a pretty decent makeup for only $20. I was surprised. Like, how well this covers. Maybe it's because I don't have my glasses on, I don't know, but this actually covers very nice. I wish they gave a powder though. Like, I'm definitely gonna have to, like, well, it's all gonna blend either way. But like, it doesn't show any of my fine line. Like, I don't have any fine lines. Maybe it's just genetics, I don't know. But like, I'm really impressed with this product. Okay. And, you know, I could cover my shadow, I guess. I don't really have too much though. Because this product, this foundation, covered everything so beautifully and pristine. I'm probably gonna have to use another brush for this. I really shouldn't be using this brush for this part, so I'm just gonna use it to just dot my 5 shadow. I'm not gonna put too much, but you know, you can see, like, you can already see the difference. Like, look at that. So I'm gonna kind of blend a little more with this brush just so it's not obvious. There we go. Okay, I didn't put any there, but I'm just gonna blend like some spots. I feel like, you know, just kind of touch it up. I still want to show some of my natural features. I don't want to like completely be like a perfectly white face, you know what I mean? So yeah, kind of like that. So let's see, shall I work with the contour next? I think I shall. So this part makes me a little bit nervous, just because it's kind of, I don't know, I never usually use contour sticks. And honestly, because of my already overly defined features, I don't need contour. It actually, if you do too much contour, it kind of defeats your already natural features, beauty, you know? You're kind of doing too much. But with contour sticks, you want to like darken it a bit. You want to like press down harder than you normally would, because it's all going to be blended out anyway, you know? And I love a contour because it hides like acne scars and stuff you're insecure about. So, you know. But I feel like this definitely deepens my look. You know, if you want to kind of like narrow your chin a little, I guess you can contour that as well. So I'm gonna then go over with the bright highlighting part of it to, you know, highlight parts that I want to highlight, darken parts I want darkened. So, you know, that's always gonna look a little funny, honey. I'm not gonna put too much on my forehead, because I feel like I have like spots there. I don't want to like shine too much, you know what I'm saying? So this under there, kind of just a little bit. I always like to shine the cupid's bow under the lip like that, and then you could do a little under the eye, just a tad of a smidgen, and then under the brow there, I usually like contour definition there. Okay, I think that's everything. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend all aspects of that. You can use your blending brush, you can use a blending sponge, or a brush, or both. I'm gonna try with the sponge, and if I see it doesn't work well, I'm just gonna stick with the brush, because these are new products I'm trying, so I want to see what works. And again, a good setting powder on top of this will work fabulous to enhance your contour and not make it so contoury, you know? It kind of dulls or suppresses the intensity of the shine. But alas, I'm sitting here without setting powder because I'm being cheap right now before the holidays. Because I just spent so much, like, over my budget, let's say, on presents, and it's not even December yet, so and during this time of year, I definitely don't spend on myself. So I'm thinking about everybody else during this time. It's kind of hard not to. I mean, it's Christmas, right? So you want to be careful with using sponge, though. You might have to wash your sponge after putting product on it and before applying over your contour, because the foundation product will still be in your sponge. I mean, it's up to you, but I'm not really a huge fan of how this came out. I feel like the foundation is so powerful. It kind of ate away my contour. You know, you can kind of see a little bit, but yeah, I definitely would recommend the brush this because the sponge couldn't reach that part. But they only gave me so many brushes, so I'm just working with what they gave me. I can kind of see still some of the enhancements of my contour, but not as much as I would have perhaps liked beforehand, but that's alright. We live and we learn. Again, I haven't like professionally applied my makeup like this in so many years, so again, in person it looks way better. Yeah, way better than on camera, I think, this time around. Just quite odd. Yeah, this kind of made my like fine line stick out there for some reason. That's okay. And there's something here. Oh, that's not my skin. I don't know what that is. Just brush it off. So just kind of, yeah, it definitely, caked on, like it brought on a certain specific appearance. I'm not too sure I like, but that's okay. That's okay. So I was hoping that contour would have darkened my complexion more. Maybe if I sort of do it one more time and then go over with the brush again. No, I think it'll be fine. I'll do that next time though. Again, I learned my lesson. So I forgot what exactly this is. Oh, this is the eyeliner. Okay. That's mascara. This is the eyebrows. Yes, thank you. That's what I was looking for. So, and it's also really warm in this shirt right now. So, I'm just trying to get done. Fill my brows a bit. I kind of, shave them off a bit while cutting my hair to kind of get them to look more like my hair texture. Because I don't want my brows to look too thick when my hair is not after I chop it. So, but with makeup, I definitely always like to darken my brows to also give them that makeup-y look, if you know what I mean. Because brows, eyes, and lips are everything when you do makeup, from what I've learned over the years. So, if you get that right, everything else kind of falls into place, even if you mess up in other areas like your contour. As long as you get your eyes and lips right, you'll be fine. And I consider the brows part of the eyes. They're essential. They work together. So, I'm not going to use this. They say this is for the brows. It's another pencil for the brow. I'm not really going to do that because I just did this brow pencil. But what I'm going to do is use this palette. And get me a nice look. I'm not going to use this brush because this is kind of a cheapy brush. I'm going to use something else. Let's see what I can use. What's something decent that they have? From what I can see, maybe this. That could work. I'm really a fan of this custardy color, so I'm actually going to give it a shot and see how that works. Maybe I can get you a little closer to my eyes here so you can see. And even if the color doesn't stand out, I learned that like it still creates coverage. So I usually like to just create like a foundation base coat like under my brows and on my top lid. And sometimes I even like to go under like this. And just creating that color there, see, it just creates that coverage, you know what I mean? Without using primers or other harsh products near your eyelashes and eyelids. Because that can do some damage in the long term. So, yeah, I like to like cover the whole thing, just like a base coat. See the difference? This, you can see all my veins and specks, this not so much. So as long as you get that base color, it almost like, because my eyes are hooded, you can't really tell, but if your eyes are not hooded, like it really does help solidify your look, It's hard to explain. I hope you understand. So, I'm glad I don't use makeup anymore because I feel like it would really age me. You know, I was using it like every week, and I don't know, I was just being so harsh on my face. It's hard for me to be so gentle, you know. I'm stronger than I look, so I'm like, you know, with the makeup sponge, I'm like slapping my face. So, and I'm very impatient, you know. So, I'm like, oh, I just want to get it done, you know what I mean? I'm that kind of a personality. A little aggressive sometimes. So, I honestly think something extreme, like complete opposite, like, you know, use this custard and not to use this next to it, like under the eye maybe, just kind of, you know, like that, like halfway through the eye and out, and then here, up halfway through and out. That shadow, that cast eye shadow, whatever it's called. But use a little more at the top, you know, for drama. I love that. And then just kind of, you know, this is not a good blending brush, but just kind of do something like that, you know. And these are extremely tinted, you know. I'm very happy for the little minimal bare price I paid for this whole kit. Like $30 kit or something. It really is worth it. I'm actually surprised. It's like, I mean, I thought it was like cheaper than drugstore brand quality makeup, like in my honest opinion. It really did come across that way to me. This eye is always so hard to cat eye. Like this one, I always have like a easy going time with, but this one is like, oh my fucking god, you know? It's like a completely different species of persona. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to go in with the eyeline anyway and cast that shadow. And I really like to dramatize my look because, again, my hooded eyes, you can barely see the product anyway. I have to always get it like right there perfectly, otherwise it doesn't show up right. So, it's hard, you know. I've had to watch many hooded eye tutorials to kind of get sort of, you know, even just an ounce of a gist of what I'm trying to do. So, it's not easy. So I always, of course, like to crease my eye right there, just like brighten crease. I think I'm gonna cast it over this because that looks really pretty. I might actually even cast it over this a little bit just to kind of create like that starry sky. Yeah, kind of like that. It's really pretty. I don't know if I want to go down here, but that would look pretty as well, just a little bit. Okay. So, and then I would love to blend it a little more, but there's not much to blend, but that's okay. That's okay. That's good for now. All right. So, I'm gonna go in with the liner. Wish me luck on this part. This looks very sharp and defined, so I'm gonna try to be as precise as I can. I think I'll just do like one line like that, you know. Yeah, like that. And then one line there. You have to keep it really simple. I thought I poked my eye out. Oh. Okay, I have to keep my eyes closed now because I'm nervous. It's always so hard to do. making you dizzy by zooming in and out with the camera constantly. Yeah, see, I have that hood that it's just, this one always comes right. This one's like, duh. I always end up having to put more product on my left eye. Oh god, no, there's something under my eye. There we go. I guess a greaser got to blend or something. Okay. This is how I mess up every time. Because I always end up wanting to do more. See? And putting more product. It's hard not to fill it out more. I want to be like perfectionist because of that freaking eye that always looks that way. And then I always end up wanting to go down, and then, so I don't know. They're definitely mismatched a little, but that's okay. I'll leave it there for now because overall you get the gist, like from far away. It looks more filled out, more catty. So you need to really pay a lot of patience and a steady hand, which I don't have time for. Okay, so I'm gonna go in now with the mascara. Already have pretty long lashes, but I always like to be dramatic with the lashes, make everybody jealous, I guess. This mascara sucks. It's very light and liquidy. I don't like it. I like a thick, fat mascara. This barely shows my eyelash beauty. But also I use these eyelash and eyelid wipes every morning now, which has made a lot of my lashes kind of fall out. Because I have eye problem that gets like very strained and dry. So I use these wipes to kind of remove strain from my eye. And I've noticed over the year or two, made less volume in my lashes, even though it has tea tree oil and different chemicals that you would think would be good. Yeah, but it's just enough lash to kind of make it look pretty, but not enough to create volume, I think, but that's okay. And sometimes it helps to put mascara just to, honest to God, just to like wipe away any like eyeshadow powder. Now my eye feels kind of funny. I hope I didn't hurt it. With the stabbing my eyeball with the freaking wand earlier. So I'm just gonna use this lip tint. I really don't care which one. It smells delicious. I can already like sort of taste it too. It smells like fruity watermelon. As you know, I always like to overdo my lips because they're one of my greatest assets, I've heard. I mean, you gotta pout what your mama gave you, right? Honestly, the reviews on this product were so good. Like, I would think this is like $300 makeup instead of $30. So there you go. So that was my whole makeup look, child. That was every product pretty much. Yeah. So It's not perfect, but I think it would look a lot better with a wig. You know? But there you go. Thank you, Poopsies, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this silly fun video. Oh, now my lips feel like sticky. See how they're sticking? That's not good. I'm gonna go wash my face now because obviously I'm not gonna wear it this whole day. It was just for this video. But let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed for relaxation. And I will see you all, yes, you, in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.